Okay, come on. Alright, let's see if we're live. Yes, we are. Okay, and we have audio. It is Friday, December 5th, 2025 at 5:04 p.m. Central Standard Time. And here we are in Fallout 76. This is after the Burning Springs update came out the other day. Well, kind of came out the other day. It took them about over a day and a half, I think, to actually get the thing up. I was hoping to play at the launch day. That did not happen. It was late in the evening by the time I actually, was it even late in the next day? I can't remember. Regardless, here we are in Point Pleasant, and we're going to go ahead and just cross the bridge into Ohio. I have spent quite a bit of time here. I have not explored like much of the place, but I have explored most of the north part, and I'm going to show you what I've found there. It's effectively, I've been to everything north of here, north of this line. I've not been to Highway Town yet, but I have been to everything else in this area. So I figure I'll show you what I found, and we'll take a look at this place. All right. So this is a biome that's definitely drier than most, although the dryness is not actually seemingly created by the nukes. It seems like the environment here is actually created by a chemical company, which we'll see here pretty soon. Hey, Solix Captor 6823. Welcome to the stream. I'll just call you Solix, I think. Yeah, so the chemical company is actually one we've seen before, and that's Abraxadine. Abraxadine's actually responsible for the destruction of the trench within Pittsburgh. And so, yeah, that's one of their wonderful little contributions to the wasteland, where they created a cleaning chemical that, in the process of creating that cleaning chemical, created a chemical byproduct that was extremely corrosive. And I can't remember the exact ratio, but it's crazy. It's something like 16-to-1 byproduct to actual product. I can't remember what it is, but it's something like that. And that chemical ate through all the barrels and eventually ate through the ground to create the trench. So we're going to see here pretty soon. First of all, these are all cultists. We got the New Horizons Pete note here, but along with that note, there is an Abraxadine barrel right there, but you'll see a lot of dead, what they're called, Mothman cultists on the way up this hill. So if we check right here, New Horizons Pete. Pete, I know I said I was just going to rob these idiots and bail, but they're working on something that's caught my eye. There's some old fella in charge here, called himself Father Lucas. Delusional nut, but people listen to him, and he's got his posse building a bridge connecting to the west. He said he'd been chosen and that we have to spread the gospel and expand the empire of the Mothman. Crazy old crank, ain't he? Anyway, enough about that. You should come here and help with the bridge. We'll do the work, take what we can, and then get the hell out of Dodge together. There's a new life waiting for us in Ohio. Come find me, won't ya, Sawyer? So, alright, so again, we got some cultists. We got some people taking advantage of the cultists in order to get across the river. They're all dead, regardless of whether or not they were actual cultists or not. So we got some feral ghouls here, and you'll note that the ground here is actually a little bit red. Why is no one talking about the cargo bots that used to circle the hill? And the lower facility that spawned them turning to nuclear keycards. No, I know. Okay, it's been removed. I did not know that's been removed yet. I've talked about that a little bit before. I don't think in a video, but yeah, I think actually, and not in the last stream, but maybe the one just before that, I talked about how there's somewhere in the hills, there's a depot somewhere dispensing these things, and it's kind of crazy to consider that this long after the war that's still going on. But like I said, Abraxadine chemical. And this is the first hint that we get that there's something seriously going on here with Abraxadine in terms of them damaging the environment. No telling exactly what this is just yet. I have, is it 6 holotapes? We'll talk a little bit more about that as we get up towards Augusta, or not Augusta, Athens. Should be up at the top. Give me 1 second. I think I saw today that there are 148 pieces of luggage you can pick up, or they're documents or something, briefcases, whatever it is. And if you bring them in, I think you bring them in batches of, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4, but you end up getting a tape. And I think if you bring in all of them, you get a weapon. But anyway, so yeah, Abraxadine tapes. I've got 1 through 6. Again, we'll talk about that stuff a little bit more here in a little while. That's about the Abraxadine stuff that's been added with this update. So Abraxadine seems to be responsible not only for the destruction of the pit, but for a lot of damage that takes place here within Ohio. Alright, so here we go. This is the is it Rust King? I've not encountered the Rust King yet, because I've actually been working on both the Starfield videos and working on exploring this stuff at the same time. So while I did spend several hours here, I have not yet fully explored the entirety of this area. I will, of course, make lore videos on all this stuff eventually, including Athens, which I've done a tiny bit of research on as well. Again, tiny. And well, I will note that on the map, Athens is basically straight due north of Point Pleasant in the real world. But if you note here, this is Point Pleasant, and then right up here we have Athens. Oh, that's neat. I didn't notice that before. It's got labels on the zones. I don't know if that's been a thing for a while and I just haven't zoomed out enough. But yeah, you zoom out to the furthest click and those things pop up. Anyway, yeah, there's Athens up there. It's kind of where we're heading right now. You get some sort of flamethrower, I've heard. I've only collected 55 of them so far. Okay. Here we go. Sign welcoming us to Ohio, and also telling us to leave, with the Rust King's logo up there on top of that farmer's face. Okay, so yeah, there's a bunch of little tiny side areas as well, which is always nice. It's not just the stuff that they note on the map. We got some ash roses? No, firecracker berries. I think I've seen some ash roses around here somewhere. Although those are typically confined to the ash heap, so maybe I just saw firecracker berries and thought they were ash roses. Athens, Point Pleasant. Oh yeah. Attack of the Fishmen. Or Fishmen, sorry. There's another Starlight Drive-In up here. I'll show you here in just a minute, if you haven't seen it. And like the one that's up in, what's it called? Far Harbor. It's showing Night of the Fisherman. Or sorry, Attack of the Fisherman. I thought it was Night of the Fisherman's Revenge or something? I'm probably thinking of something else. Alright. So we got this little picnic area by this little pond. And like I said before with the Braxidine, you see this red chemical lying on the ground. We got more of it here. And right over here, it's basically all over what's left of the pond bed here. There's really almost nothing left. A few more barrels up here. And again, I'm basically just showing you what I've experienced so far and showing you the different interesting things that I've found. There doesn't seem to be any ill effect. Then again, this character is also playing in a Fallout world, so there very well could be a lot. Probably know they added that feature. They knew. Okay. So yeah, this is the workshop spot, by the way. Right here, Starlight Drive-In, just like the one in Boston and the one in Far Harbor. And along with that, you can see we got a crystal outcropping here. There's also an acid outcropping over there. There's the projector over there. We'll go take a look at that here in just a minute. Yeah, it does play basically little clips here, but they're very, very low budget. Basically, they take like 2D images and they move them across the screen on top of other 2D images. But anyway, if we come up here, got this trailer. Alright, so we got the dead pint-sized slasher here for some reason. You can't loot this character, but I mean, I don't know what else that would be other than the pint-sized slasher. Anyway, oh yeah, they added some more movie posters, or at the very least, I haven't seen them before. We got Devil's Moon and Hong Kong Stab Stab, which I assume is what the pint-sized slasher is from. Or maybe they put the pint-sized slasher in the video, or maybe the pint-sized slasher was inspired by the movie. Let's see here. Got a fridge there, little kitchen, bedroom. Not too much to see in here, but if we go ahead and we can head on over in here, and there's definitely some more interesting sights in here. Specifically, we've got people wearing costumes, Legionnaire's armor there. We got a dead fishman, and then all the way over here, we've got an astronaut. I don't know exactly what the story is with these people, and unfortunately they don't allow you to use these terminals. I'm not sure if you have to have the workshop active. We can take a look at that. If we go in here, there was like one of those pieces of luggage I was talking about earlier, the Braxidine Intel or whatever it's called on the desk in there. You can also come in here. There was a key in the other area for the manager's office. And yeah, again, another one of these computers that you can't actually activate. And I should check this safe, because The other day when I was doing this before, I was in the Super Duper Mart, and I was like, you know what, I should really be checking safes to see if there's any lore inside of them. And it just so happened that that exact safe that I was looking at did have some lore within it. Glow of the Ghoul. This is a relatively recent thing they've added to the world, which indicates that people were aware of ghoulification before the war. Then we got Sphexiphobia. I don't know if that's the proper pronunciation of that, but I assume that's fear of bees or wasps. But, or maybe even just insects. I don't know. Okay, you can come up here just as you can with the one in Boston, and it's basically the exact same layout. Oop. A few little places to sit. And we got the first aid kit duffel bag with cash in it. Okay, so we'll go take a look at the projector stand, and then actually we'll capture the workshop, because I'm interested to know if that allows you to access those computers. Also note there are northern lights here, which is odd, because, I mean, we're not any further north than we were when we were in the Toxic Valley, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's not even the northern lights, maybe it's some sort of chemical effect. Anyway, the, yeah, we got this, the snack bar up here, and you got, I think, there we go, that was not opening for a second. Got more feral ghouls here. Little playground for the kids. The projection booth is up here in the top, and they actually give you the ability to turn off the movie. There it goes. Let's go ahead and go hit the workshop and see if we can't... Oh, another dead raider there, wearing a party hat. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go see if we can access those computers if the workshop's been captured. My guess is it's probably a quest. Again, I haven't done any of the quests here, so it's entirely possible that I just haven't encountered that yet. I heard the thing when I was over there. It is. Cannot be claimed with enemies nearby. Okay. This is the point in time when a silenced weapon is not what you're looking for. What have I got here? I don't think that's silenced. I mean, if that didn't alert them, then I don't know what's gonna. Nothing in here. Other than some junk. Nope, just some more junk. Not bad junk. Always good to find some springs like you got on those clipboards. What is this? Coal? Silver. Okay, that's neat. Can you interact with his weight bench like you can with some of them? No. Man. Ghouls are sneaky. I'm assuming it's more ghouls. I saw these the other day, and I was looking at them, and I was almost thinking, like, are these punji sticks? Is this some form of trap that I'm just not really, like, getting hurt by or something? I don't think they are, but they really do look like it. Okay. Hopefully we'll find them in here, in the restrooms. There we go. There's one of them. None in there. Well, maybe it was just the one. Let's see. You got refreshments here. Okay, there's the ticket booth, I think, over there. Yeah. And they did add this little statue for the front of it. I like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can activate the workshop now. And get access to the manager's terminal. If not, oh well. Nope. I should really just go to an open area rather than constantly jumping over cars. Anyway. Sure. It was just the one ghoul hiding in the bathroom. Yes. They're definitely interesting looking lights up there. I do think it is the case that the further south you get when there are northern lights that extend south of their normal range, they do become more red rather than green like you see in the far north. Okay, with that captured, let's see if we can activate the terminals or not. No. Wait, it says currently in use. Oh, currently unavailable for use. Okay. Yeah. Is it asparagus? No, I don't think so. It does kind of look like a little bit, but no, I think it's little tree saplings. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's check out Prospect Hill real quick, and then we'll keep heading north. I've got a cat licking my arm right now, and I'm not entirely sure why. I'm a little worried that she's trying to consume the sunscreen that I have in my arm. Like once a week I walk home from work. It's about 6 miles. And even though it's cloudy out today, I put on the sunscreen. And stupidly, because I also was wearing a jacket, but I wasn't thinking about that when I put the sunscreen on. For some reason I think the cat is licking the sunscreen off my arm. Anyway, let's go up here. Okay, here we are. So yeah, it's like a little tourist trap, I think. If you come up here, we got bathrooms. Let's see. Nothing in there. We got this little souvenir stand, I think. And if you come in here, or no, sorry, it's not this one. It's the other one. This one right over here. And I don't know why I thought souvenir stand, but you can find one of those little suitcases right in here when they're available. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so I do like this Jangles the Moon Monkey here. And yeah, I think that's about it. There's a playground, and this looks like it's like the start of a like a nature walk sort of a location, but yeah, the nature's a bit dead. There's Highway Town down there. Again, I have not yet been to Highway Town, but anyway. So yeah, we got a scenic overlook here that's not quite all that scenic. Defend it. Alright, we'll do that real quick. We'll go north. Oh yeah, G Fuel. You can use my code iCartographer if you want to get a 20% discount and send some money to the channel. The Nuka-Cola flavor. Alright, let's see here. Blue like quantum, but does not make you pee blue. If you were worried about that. Let's see here. Oop. That happens every now and then. That's just kind of been a feature of 76 since the very beginning. For unknown reasons, you will suddenly get hurt and stop running. Alright. Now in the past, I think a lot of the times what that was there were enemies attacking you and the game was not properly loading them in. Let's say traps. No, let's do turrets. And yeah. Got infinite resources here, so this is completely unnecessary. It's not like I even need this location. But, whatever. I'll put 20 turrets around here, and we'll let this thing defend itself as we continue to explore north. I think these things would be more likely to kill each other than whatever's coming, but... And, oh, wow. That is a lot of dogs. Jeez Louise, that's a lot of dogs. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, there are hogs that you'll find here in Ohio, and they are big and radioactive. I'm of the opinion that, or my little minor theory, I guess, would be that the mongrels in the Fallout games, typically, I think we're talking about mainly 4 and 76, I think. I can't remember. Yeah, I think that's it. My guess is that they are just normal dogs with mange, which is why their hair is gone, but that could be wrong. Man, oh man. How'd that one get in the middle of all them? I was going to leave this, but with all those dogs, it's actually kind of entertaining to watch this. Kind of hope they don't take out the toe stubbing feature. It adds a little extra realism to the game. Yeah. I suppose that is a good idea as to what that might be. It is just entirely random, though. Oh, there's one. Got him. I assume... Oh, you know what? I could... Probably the smart thing to do would be get up on the roof of this thing. I could see him from anywhere up there. Nope. Well, I say that, but... Looks like there might be one that's all the way over there. Oh, did not know you could blow that up. Don't like that. I actually did like that little front statue of the UFO. I think the dog was inside of it, though, unfortunately, so... Oop. That's not it? I kind of assumed that would be it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. What are we going to get for that? Let's keep heading north. Right away, Red X stim pack diluted, playing for a basketball hoop, 2 diluted stim packs, and 6 fertilizer. Okay. Alright, so we got another Abraxadine truck up here, it looks like. Yep. And if we keep on heading up this way... Got this little camp here. I don't think I actually saw this one last time. Was that actually... Yeah, I think that might actually be a trap. Anyway, whoa. Be back soon. Well, look at you. Just a bunch of miserable statues. The party hat suits you all so well. I'm stepping out for supplies, but don't think the party's over. I'll be back soon enough with more goodies. You think you're the only ones invited to this party? I've got friends coming. Don't worry. They're much more lively than you are. So sit tight. Don't move. I'll be back to finish what we started. Yours in fun, Vladimir the Clown. XOXO. Okay. That's pretty creepy. Alright, anything else here? Looks like a campground picnic site here. What with the anti-bear trash cans. Oh well, okay. Bear proof, I guess. Alright, let's start heading up towards the golf course. I'm going to show you something I found up here, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. And it's always one of those things, again, these are early days, so there might well be a quest associated with it that I'm just not aware of yet. Oh, there's an ogwa up there. Say bleached ogwa? Okay, so yeah, let's set up this way. So again, just to give you a full idea of where we are here, that's the main road over there. You come off of it on this road, and then if you head up this way a bit further, you get up to the golf course. But at this point, basically, if you were just to keep going straight off the... Actually, no, it's a right turn here. You can come up this little dirt road. Alright, I'll give you some pets. Alright, so last time I was here, I was assaulted by a bunch of pigs. But this whole thing here looks like a partially buried bunker of some sort. Basically one of those situations where you plant something in the ground and then bury it rather than like, you know, tunneling. You dig a ditch, you fill it with your shelter, then you bury it. Now, again, what this looks like to me is one of those, what's it called, Quonset huts that you can find within the ash heap. And in fact, this looks like the end of one right here, where you'd be staring in. So again, maybe there's something with this related to the main quest, I don't know. But this definitely looks like something to me. So, anyway, just wanted to bring that to your attention. Keep on moving. Okay. Ooh, looks like we got a Deathclaw fighting an Ogwa. What is... Oh, that car is the atomic V8? Okay. There we go. I'm assuming that would have been actually a tricky fight if we weren't effectively cheating. Alright. Keep on going here. I think, yeah, okay, so I did go this way as well. These cars are parked here for a reason. And I think it's because their occupants are actually up this hill. Ooh. There are blood bugs and there are a lot of bloat flies as well. I've been actually kind of surprised with how numerous they are in this area. Okay. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that all of those people who parked their cars down there on the road... Yeah, you can kind of see them right down there. I'm pretty sure they came up here to this little chapel on the hill. If you come in here, you can see some folks sitting in the chairs. The preacher up here, and behind the lectern, you can find a one of those pieces of intel. So, something to keep in mind. Alright. So let's go ahead and head down towards the miniature golf course. Interesting little story attached to this miniature golf course that I'm hoping will have some more connections to the overall story. It does connect, but I'm hoping that the character that is referenced here is someone that we'll find out more about in the future. I will, at least. Again, some of you may already know the story of some of these things. Oh, look at that. I missed that one. Braxidine Intel. Dino Peaks pamphlet. Welcome to Dino Peaks. Every statue in our golf course is based on real dinosaurs that once roamed the earth, even here in Ohio. Each hole brings a different prehistoric creature to life, from gentle giants to quick-footed hunters. As you make your way around the course, you'll learn what made these ancient animals so unique and how they once ruled North America. By the way, real quick, I learned the other day, and I got this from AI, so it could be wrong, but... I'm assuming that this part of it at least is correct, that it said marsupials originated in North America, and this is back when the continents were actually connected, and they migrated to Australia, and all the marsupials, and most of the marsupials in North America, and I think all of them in South America died off, while the ones in Australia survived, with the only one surviving in North America being the opossum. Anyway, though, dinosaurs you'll see on the course. Triceratops, 3 strong horns and a giant frill, a powerful defender of the herd. Alamosaurus, one of the largest long-necked dinosaurs from the southern plains. Appalachosaurus, a rare predator that stalked the forests of the east. Stegosaurus, big backplates and a tail full of spikes, a walking fortress. Troodon, small, sharp-eyed, and clever, built for speed and thinking fast. Suecia, a modest sauropod named after the sound of distant thunder. Brontosaurus, a gentle giant with a long neck and a peaceful nature. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this looks like it was, well, food. It says it itself. Let's check on the roof, see if there's anything up here. Just a place to sit, and we got a note. Old scorecard. Lee versus George. Okay. Looks like Lee was doing a little bit better than George, huh? Okay. So, these dinosaurs, well, you can see they're kind of falling apart, which is not unexpected. Oh, another Deathclaw. Anyway, we got barrels all through these things. Hey, Vindovk. I hope you're doing well. Avg. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Hope you're having a good night as well. Yeah, if you look in here, you'll see some barrels. And we'll see more of that here in just a moment. There's the Triceratops. Yes. A dead ghoul in its mouth. I have to assume that was placed there. I don't know how else that ends up there. Yep. Hole 8. Cretaceous curve. Sorry. What is hole 6 here? Oh, it looks like we got a Deathclaw nest. Is there not... I guess the dinosaur of this location is the Deathclaw. No, I'm just kidding. That's based in a... what's it called? Jackson's gecko was what those things were before they got mutated. So not a dinosaur, a lizard. Lizards and dinosaurs are two different things. Lizards had warm blood. Or sorry, dinosaurs had warm blood. Dinosaurs were... I don't know. My personal opinion on them, from what I've seen about them, seems to be like some sort of midpoint. Oh, interesting. We got an Abraxodon cache here. Midpoint between... reptiles and mammals. I'm pretty sure they're effectively just the original birds. Or half of them are, at the very least. Okay. Okay. Vint it is. Yeah, I tried to learn a little bit of Russian at one point. Didn't get very far with that. I was using Duolingo, which I'm not generally a big fan of these days. I generally have found that I have not retained almost anything. I did German with Duolingo because I did German back in middle school and high school because back in that time we got to go on a school trip to another one of these Brexitine cases. We got to go on a school trip to basically an Oktoberfest sort of a thing, and so that was always fun. But yeah, so I did German in middle school and high school, then I did several years of German on Duolingo, and I do not remember any of it. Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. I mean, going from the Latin alphabet to trying to learn Cyrillic. Of course, at the same time, at least Cyrillic is a phonetic alphabet. I've also been looking at Japanese, and my good lord. Anyway, we got the Stegosaurus here. Let's see here if we can... Yeah, it just makes the noise. The plaques are also unreadable, so... But again, more barrels. The Brontosaurus, again, more barrels. Okay, get the code by turning in more intel. Oh. That stinks. Other players can take the contents. That's awful. Hole 9. To all staff, we need to make sure that Hole 9 is more difficult. I watched the kid score a hole in 1 today, so he got his free golf for a year prize. It may be a great promotion, but it's not great for profits. Dave. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, because, again, I have found a couple of those briefcases here, but even so, it's... I only found enough to get 6 of the holotapes, and that, again, was with... Again, obviously, not a thorough scouring, but a pretty good scouring of this area here. So, like those cases, you have to... Yeah, okay. Right. Alright, so then we get to... Oh, there's a note there. I think I missed this before. Sick visitors. Dave, another guest, started throwing up yesterday right by the gate, and just as the family with 2 kids were walking in. One kid got sick all over their shoes, and it was so embarrassing. I had to let the family play for free as an apology. The guy complained about feeling nauseous around the Swansea initially, but mentioned he could smell something odd around all the dinos. He said it reminded him of the smell around the big Abraxadine plant. I'm getting a little nervous that he suspects something as I saw him snapping photos. I think we should try to get rid of some barrels before anyone comes digging, quite literally. I'll come back tonight to start shifting some by myself. I appreciate your help, Donna. Okay, so again, I should have, if I'd noticed this note here before, I then would have had a little bit more clarity on the story here. As we'll see in a minute, one of the names has been redacted in that story, but I don't actually know which one off the top of my head. Oh, for a second I don't know why, but I thought that was a cat right there. It's just a dead ghoul. Thank you, purchase. Yep. Yep. Well, again, I have Fallout First entirely so I can film in these worlds without people running around in the background wearing like a clown suit or something like that. And also just so I can get accurate loot tallies on places and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that absolutely makes sense for me, but I understand why a lot of people don't want to have to pay that because it's not cheap. Anyway, Dino Peaks Terminal. Okay, Dino Peaks franchise introduction. Sorry, welcome to Dino Peaks franchise family. We are thrilled to invite you to the Midwest's fastest growing mini golf franchise. While you get things off the ground, please keep the following guidelines in mind. Only use equipment, decorations provided by approved vendors. It's important that our brand consistency for quality shines through. Remember that difficulty recommendations you were provided in. My gosh, I'm having trouble reading right now. Remember the difficulty recommendations you were provided in advance of construction. Keep it fun but frustrating. Your quota, a free yearly pass awards, will be closely monitored. I think they mean of free yearly pass awards. Dino Peaks franchisee management retains the rights to enforce mandatory course redesigns if difficulty quotas are not met. Ensure all staff are educated in the ins and outs of the franchise. Everyone must remember the names that are Dino Pals mascots. Bogey the Dinosaur, Ace the T-Rex, Birdie the Bronto, Parker the Triceratops, and of course Clive. What is Clive here? Maybe it's something else. Anyway, maybe it's not a dino. Employees are forbidden from arguing dinosaur facts with customers. They are always right, even if they can't tell a pterodactyl from a pterodon. Last but not least, keep the park clean and safe. This should go without saying. Please direct any questions to Dino Peaks Corporate HQ. Let's see. And employee logs. Sick days. Yeah, Osmond. Stomach issues, stomach issues, stomach issues again, surgery, and then a couple years later, the flu. Maggie. Unpaid family issues for about a month, and then family issues again for the next year. Matthew. Data lost, and redacted. No sick days on record, and go back. Disciplinaries. Data lost. Pay records. Go back. Employee information. Osmond. Last name's redacted. Senior entertainment manager. Maggie. Front house intern. For 4 years. Matthew. Lead of golf for 5 years. It's crazy that they had so many different positions here like this. Nonetheless, I've enjoyed Burning Springs immensely. Especially the headhunts. Yeah, I haven't even done any of that stuff yet. I've been enjoying what I've found in terms of just what they've been building with the landscape here. So I'm definitely looking forward to actually getting to encounter that stuff going forward. And then, let's see, down here. Redacted. Data redacted, position redacted. Go back. Data lost. Manager entries. All right, so we got May 5th, 2073. Not May, sorry. March 5th, 2073. I don't know why we hired such an incompetent girl. We barely have the funds for our current employees. Osmond says it's because the cash register was understaffed, but that's not his call. She seems nice and a little bit troubled, but aren't we all? I guess. She says she really needs the money. This, paired with food getting more pricey and not as many tourists, I'm going to figure out something soon. I'm actually kind of excited to show you all the Super Duper Mart if you haven't explored it, because there's definitely more information there on the current food situation within the Fallout universe before the end of the world. Anyway, November 24th, 2073. The cash is looking up. Might consider some Christmas bonuses this time around. May 18th, 2075. Keep in mind that throughout all this, the war is still going on in the background. Entry by Osmond. Customers are getting less. Customers are getting less and less. Some complain about the chemical-like smell coming from in our course. I don't know where it's coming from. Redacted says not to worry though. That's either Donna, or whoever the other one was. August 21st, 2076. Incident report. Customer injury. Customer fainted on hole 7. Ambulance called. And July 12th, 2077. That shady rat. Redacted was selling us out. Storing weird chemicals in the dinosaurs, making everyone sick. Safe to say he doesn't work here anymore, and any record of him has been wiped. Now I gotta fill out more. Now I gotta fill out the biggest incident report in history. Go back here. And that's all that. Again, let's take a look at the... My gosh. Can I just exit the computer? I don't know what's wrong with that computer compared to the normal ones, but anyway. Sick visitors. Dave and Donna. Those two seem both to have been involved in this. Dave seems to have been the one who was fired. Donna, I don't even remember being mentioned in those records. So, anyway, though. That's... No, I don't know. Maybe that's Clive? I don't know. Yeah, that's probably Clive. He's on the main sign. I don't know that I checked inside this building either. Is there a way in here? Oh. Oh. And we got another note here. Reporter's notes. Notes. Dead plant life found all around course. Abraxadine chemical barrels have been spotted around Ohio. Is it possible to conceal barrels on the golf course, inside diner, barn, buried? Motives? Commies. Profit. There's potential for a big story. As something odd is definitely going on here. Take photographs. Okay. Let's see here. Oh! That's right, there's, what is the cat's name? Is it Sparkles or something like that? Do you know that poster with the cat astronaut? We're about to find that cat astronaut's museum, although it's definitely seemingly fake. Pebbles, that's what the cat's name is. Right up here. Not a marked location. Another dirt road there. Actually, let's check up that real quick. I feel like I'm hearing a burning sound, like a chemical burning sound. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I actually came up here before. I mainly stuck to the road after this. Actually, no, I did. I went up there. Yeah, I'm hearing something, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, yeah, there's a collapsed train tunnel up there. There's an Abraxadine suitcase up in that as well. Doesn't seem to be too much to see here. Oop. Interesting thing in that that little structure over there by the railroad track. I'll show you that here in a little while. For the moment, though, let's go this way. The bus stops, most of them at the very least, in Ohio seem to be like this. Not really sure why. They've got entirely different bus stops within West Virginia, but they've even got one of the like local little bus stops over in, at least I remember seeing at least one over in Athens. But not like the Green Line buses of West Virginia. All right, meet Mr. Pebbles, $70. Payment up front, no refunds. This place is nuts. I'll just say that right now. All right, so yeah, there's Mr. Pebbles, the cat that we're talking about here. I ended up accidentally putting on... sorry, one second. I put on the wrong thing here. Let's see if this works. There we go. Much better. I accidentally put on one of those mining helmets that had the light on it. Okay. Alright, so yeah, we've got a magazine right there. Live and Love. I Married a Robot. Got a safe right here. Have I checked this safe? I don't know if I've checked that safe. Nothing in that. Okay. Mr. Pebbles' helmet. Not sure about that one. I think there's a reason they had got the money up front. This, I feel like there was a sign on this. Oh, right, it's above it. Mr. Pebbles' spacesuit. Genuine asteroid. And then right over here, Mr. Pebbles' food bowl and actual ship part. Real moon rocks, $200. Pebble toy 100. I got to tell you right now, if someone is offering you $200 for a real moon rock, that's not a real moon rock. Burning Springs is great. The quest line itself is a bit short for my taste, but they said they're going to keep expanding it. Okay, good. May I ask where that building is? I'll show you on the map. It is right here, just to the west of that Highway 50 sign, to the west of the Dino Peaks Mini Golf. Yeah, we got Pebbles Toy right here. I guess those are all gone. But I think those are the genuine moon rocks back there. Errands. I think I saw this before. Yeah. Pick up a new cat. Jacksonville shelter might have some if Athens is still empty. Restock white paint. If you're wondering why, we'll see here in just a minute. And beer. Okay, nice. Let's see here. Alright, so let's head out back to the employees only area where there's a little bit of white paint splashed around. And if we go in here, we're going to find this note right here. Future business strategy. Option 1, lead-based paint method. Lead-based white paint, $35. Adoption fee per cat, $5. Total, $40 per month. Side effect, very small chance it can cause fatal toxicity in cats and guests. Option 2. Yeah, no, it's fine. I get you. Option 2, premium non-toxic paint solution. Premium vet-friendly paint, $175. Total, $175 a month. Side effect, I make less money, but the neighbors are getting suspicious of the other method. Final assessment. Yes, the premium paint is the morally superior, but it's also $135 more expensive. The economics speak for themselves. I do need to figure out another place to hide the evidence, though. Like, this is horrifying. He's adopting cats from shelters, painting them white with lead-based paint. It's killing them within the month, and he's just going out and getting a new one to continue the ruse that he has Pebbles the cat. I mean, jeez Louise. He said he needed to find another place to hide the evidence. I didn't really look around after I was here last time. I was maybe wondering if I'd find like a cat graveyard or something, but I don't see one. Anyway. Yeah, that's the Pebbles the Cat Museum. Alright, let's head up this way. Basically, we're kind of following the route that I took last time. Not entirely, but it's pretty close. Alright, nothing to see in there. Sounds about right for Fallout. Yeah. No, 100%. Let's see about this train. I don't think there's anything on this train, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So let's check it out. Well, we got a lot of barrels. By the way, all this stuff, we'll talk about it more in a minute, actually, because we'll see what I'm actually going to be talking about before I just start talking about it. Real quick, we'll come up this way. Oh, this thing's probably going to be talking about working for a Braxidine. Yeah.
Abraxidine Chemicals' state-of-the-art production facility is the jewel of Ohio and the envy of the world. Join the Abraxidine family today. A clean Ohio is a safe Ohio. Abraxidine Chemical is invested
All right.
in Ohio.
So yeah, I was hoping that there'd be somewhere that would go, but I think this is just a dry riverbed. I'll show you in just a minute. But yeah, if we come up this way, a dry creek bed, I should say. Just noticed that guy there. Oh, yeah, hogs. Oh, welcome. Thank you for becoming a supporter. I'll thank you in the next video as well. I really do appreciate that. It definitely helps out a lot. The King's Witness X, or 10, perhaps. Psalm 51, may the Lord have mercy on my soul. I looked that up last time. I'm not one of those people that has biblical verses memorized. I think that's literally a part of the biblical verse, Psalm 51. Okay. If we come up here, you can see I picked all these. I can't remember what these are off the top of my head, and probably the ones I have in my inventory are rotted by now. But yeah, there was an Abraxidine intel thing here. Thanks so much. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, and if we come up this way... Hey, Prince Julius, welcome to the stream. If we come up here, we got this old campsite. A note right here. This is about people leaving the area. Train ride. This place stinks. Josh got into a fight at the party the other night. Some guy bumped into him, and it got worse from there. I had to help him, and now everyone hates us for ruining it. Not only that, but deadlines are coming up for our assignments, and I haven't even started mine. We're done with Athens. Caitlin, Josh, and I are going to hitch a ride on the next train out of town. We were in the diner and overheard one of the workers talking about a train heading for Athens. Leaving from Athens around lunchtime. We've been talking about getting on it out of here for a while. Sounds like it could be our chance. Hey, ADHD Queen Bee, welcome to the stream. Oh, shoot. I didn't finish that. Let's see. Train ride. There it is. We don't really have a place in mind. We don't really know where the train is going, so we're just going to hop on and see where it takes us. Josh seems to think it could lead us to Cleveland or even Pittsburgh. Wherever we end up is sure going to be better than this hellhole. Well, I'm pretty sure this is where they ended up here. But yeah, I think they got here basically right when the world ended, would be my bet. If we come up here, you can see this is the dry creek bed that I was mentioning just a moment ago. Seems to have come bubbling out of this hillside here. Now this entire area is dried up, and I assume that this is something to do with the Abraxidine stuff. Again, if you're new to the stream here, I explored this a bit the other day. I have not been able to do everything yet, but what I have explored is basically everything north of this line. And so I have not in any way explored everything here. Question, how did the Abraxidine do so much damage everywhere? Okay, so my understanding is that they basically were dumping their chemical all over the place. You can find barrels like we just saw at the what's it called, mini golf course, and then this stuff I don't think is theirs, but it could well be, given that the Abraxidine chemical that they've dumped everywhere seems to be red. So let's actually check up this hill and see if we can get up here in the first place, because the fact that you can see green grass means we're likely approaching the edge of the area. Yeah, I was wondering if there was going to be like another train wreck up here. Oh, more rat hogs. Basically, I think that the Abraxidine chemical, whatever it actually is in this case, I don't know it off the top of my head. I don't think I've actually encountered the name for it yet. It's basically everywhere. I think it got into the water supply, and I don't even know if this has anything to do with it, but the entire region seems to be dry. I don't know if it's something that's so hydrophilic that effectively it removed the water from the local environment. In a large part? I don't know. Is that another ghoul? Yeah. Again, I still have not experienced everything yet. This is just me guessing here. Ah, there we go. Alright, so there is a National Guard post within Athens. They have an armory. Yeah, I've explored some of Athens, but my bet is that there's a lot of quest lines within there that I have not yet encountered. There's a key up here on this desk normally. I think it's on the desk, or maybe it's next to this guy, because I'm pretty sure this guy used to be part of Meadow Breeze. Okay, that makes sense. That sounds about right for the name of a chemical that would destroy everything. This guy was part of the National Guard unit within Athens when everything went to hell. He ended up locking up the armory, taking the key, and he ends up coming out here to this little railroad post. Again, we're right here, if you're looking for that. And, yeah. Okay, so we'll go ahead and head this way. Now, on the highway the other day... I'm not sure. He might be over there. We'll take a look here in just a minute. We're going to go up here first. I was going to say I met a traveling medicine salesman. And some other people have been posting about him. Apparently he sells very expensive drugs. As in, like, the drugs are simply very expensive. They've got bad prices. What's this over here? We can maybe find another one of those. Oh, it looks like a dead caravan. What if this is... This is probably a random encounter here. If you come across a Brexit intel... Yes, I've come across many. Let's see here. Highway Town Settler. Alright. Well, there you go. I've not yet been to Highway Town. I've not yet encountered the Rust King. I've not been south of this line like this right here. So I've not encountered anything down there just yet. Does he do naughty things to chickens? No, I don't believe he does. Caravans are dead, right? Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I found this. I was hoping there'd be something to this. My guess is this is a quest related to this briefcase right here. Because I was in the middle of, like, checking all this area. Because I started encountering some of those Abraxadine intel cases. And I was hoping to find something up here. I found this, but this is not one. I'm assuming this is something quest related. But anyway. Let's come over this way. Again, you can see the water that is here is very contaminated. Looks a lot like the Toxic Valley up here. But again, this is not Toxic Valley stuff. This is Abraxadine. Alright, if we come up this way... Okay, we got this little, like a bait shop sort of thing, I think. Maybe the ranger station for this lake. They do have a ranger hat down there, don't they? No notes or anything like that. Oh, there's an Abraxadine case. So there you go. Missed that one before. Quantum in the machine, good point. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll just go take a look at the end of the dock here. So we can get the full breadth of the lake here. That looks interesting up there. Let's check out that, looks like a caravan up there. Like, it's one of the terms for a trailer home. Little platform. Oh! Whoa! 30 rads per second in that lake. Okay. Looks like some people are camping up here. Check out if there's anything in here. Looks like there is. Yep, some Abraxadine intel. Alright. Looks like we got a duffel bag with some ammo. Alright. That looks interesting. No, I definitely find this area more interesting than Skyline Valley. Skyline Valley was obviously much more beautiful than this area. Like, there's no doubt about that. But I will say I definitely have found this area more interesting. Especially because, like, I feel like... okay, just going to be 100% here. Some Costco's are selling Jones. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, not in my area as far as I've seen. The disappointing thing to me with Skyline Valley was the use of the weather machine here in Vault 63. I feel like I've talked about this so much that I've wanted to see the weather machine in use in games so much. And the fact that they basically made it so that it's never going to happen, or at least not without some massive update to Vault 63 at some point in the future, it was very disappointing. I was hoping that it would be at Mount Weather, which would be an ideal location for another Enclave base. But unfortunately, they decided to put it in Vault 63 and make it so that effectively it's already done what it needs to do. So, it's just disappointing. Got another campsite here. Right up here, we have a broken train bridge, and I think there's a wreck at the bottom of it if I'm where I think I am. There's the salesman. Wandering doctor. Ooh. Let's see here. Stim packs. Actually, that's not terrible. I feel like I've seen worse than that. Anyway. Okay.
All my goods
So yeah,
are at the
train
top
wreck.
of the range and at the best price possible.
Yeah, you can see that the chemical, whatever it was that was inside, has eaten through the bottom of the train car. So I will say that I don't know that there's any connection here, but I would be surprised if there wasn't at least a minor connection here. The first thing I thought of when I saw this right here was East Palestine train derailment from 2023. If you're unaware, there was a train derailment. I think it was a Norfolk Southern train in East Palestine, Ohio, that derailed and basically spilled the precursor chemical to make PVC on the ground, vinyl chloride, I believe. And rather than just clean up the site, which probably would have taken a few months, and they probably would have had to dig up a bunch of topsoil and bury it in clay and stuff like that, they decided to set the site on fire, which spread the toxins over like the entirety of Ohio. And again, I don't know why. Is that a case down there? It looks like it might be. Yeah, we'll check that out. But yeah, that was my first thought when I saw these train wrecks here with, and again, thinking about abraxadine probably poisoning the entire area here. That's what I thought of when I encountered this stuff. So, anyway. I don't know if there's any actual connection there, but that's the first thing that came to mind. Alright. Hope y'all are having a good week, by the way. It's been nice and cool in my area, a little bit wet. Alright, and here we are on the outskirts of Athens. Okay. So yeah, we got this old church here. Again, seems like the chemicals from abraxadine probably ate through the ground back there. Was there a note there? No. Sometimes they do have notes posted in places like that. Okay. So I'm going to show you one more building here, and then we'll go check out a couple more things before closing things out here. Okay. Yep. Night of the Fisherman's Revenge. See, I knew that there that was the title. What's that? Love Sets Sail and Honk Honk Stab Stab. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the building I'm going to show you is up here on this hill. Basically, you can tell from some notes you can find around here that the town was occupied for a short time after the war. I think it was only about 2 months before they had to abandon it. And not because of radiation or anything like that, but because the town literally dried up. There was no more water left. So yeah, this is where we can access the armory. Nope. Gonna be attacked constantly, aren't I? Can I just... Yeah, I gotta use the terminal. Okay. Alright, let's see. Remove some duds real quick. Oh, there's one. Tries reset. Ugh, I hate doing that one. I haven't actually even tried anything yet. There's another one. Alright. Oh! First one! Okay. And I think that was the first one originally as well. Okay. So we can come in here, disarm these. Okay. Be shot at regardless. And let's see, I think there's another one in here, if I'm remembering correctly. Yep. Alright. And then we got an Assaultron in there. I assume that's what's triggered if you triggered those optical traps. Over here, though. Again, we found the armory key, or again, I told you where you can find it. That allows you access to this. Well, there's actually quite a bit of supplies in here, including a T-45 helmet there. I didn't see that one last time, so that's interesting. T-45 left arm. Got a mod there. Western Revolver True Short Barrel. And right over here, let's see. Yeah, heading east. This is the note that leads us to the key. Murphy, I don't know how much longer we can hold out. Sooner or later, someone's going to overpower us and force their way in. Or someone will pick the key to the armory from the bones of our of our post. I'm taking the key and heading east down the tracks. Maybe I can find someplace safer than this. The final bit of good we can do is to keep those weapons sealed away. God knows weapons have cost this world enough. Greer. So, I don't know. That seems like a foolish attitude to take. Obviously, okay, there's some merit to what he's saying right there, and that just like if they were to basically hand out guns to like everybody in town, there's a good chance that they're going to start robbing each other and stuff like that. But at the same time, they're now in a world where they're constantly surrounded by raiders and monsters. So it's kind of like when they sent us out of the vault without a gun the first time around, back before some of the later updates where they gave us weapons. It's kind of crazy to send people out into the wasteland completely unarmed. Basically, what probably should have happened is the National Guard here should have provided people with some sort of basic training as much as they could to give them a little bit of help. Provided them with a gun and said, go out there, try to find a new place to live, or hell, even guided them somewhere safer like West Virginia. But if we come up here, I'm not going to go through that whole terminal back in the National Guard Army. The very first indication I got that this was going to be a university town was finding all of these frat houses and stuff like that. I think it's right over here is the note that I'm looking for. Yes, here we go. Marion Wells Journal. Frank's been my neighbor for 20 years. When his son broke his arm, I took him to the hospital. When they canceled his milk route, I helped him get a plant job at Abraxadine. When I woke up last night, I found him in my house, snuck through our window. He was trying to take our water. When he saw me, he turned to leave. He didn't say anything, but he was crying. What's happening to us? Real quick before I'm going to take us to one more location before closing things out here. It will still be probably 10 to 15 more minutes, so nobody leave just yet. But actually, I'll take us to 2 locations and point some stuff out along the way. But okay, so the very first thing I'm going to point out is the Abraxadine building, which is right here. You can really note it mainly from that sign on the side. And this is the site that you bring your intel to. I'm not going to play the holotape if I were to get one here, just because I want to get them all and then work all that stuff out, and I don't even know what this one's going to be about, because some of them feel like they're actually story-related, and I'm sure they all are, really, but sometimes they're just like, this is a training video and stuff like that. But this gentleman right here, his daughter used to work for Abraxadine. He's going through these intel cases. I'm not entirely sure why at the moment.
You're back.
But he decodes them when you bring him batches of them. Here's the next batch.
That's odd. This case has some extra items in it.
Ah.
It looks like we've got a key code and some coordinates to a cache of some sort. It could be useful. I'll mark it on your map.
Just to be clear, that does not happen every time. I did just get the Abraxadine Tape 7. But yeah, that is not what always happens. That's a photo I think I took for a thumbnail. Probably the one I did right before I released my video on the Mothman cult. Maybe we'll see what's in the cases. Yeah, we'll do that as well. If you haven't gotten any of the announcements I've given in recent streams, do you make a lot of the times I'll basically try to create a timeline of events, take all the raw lore and organize it by what I think is the most likely timeline, and work from there. Let's see here. So he should have given us a quest. Let's see. Probably something. Oh, nope. Nope. Where are we looking here? Signal. Huh. Is it maybe event? No. Daily? Unlikely. Miscellaneous here. Oh, there's a miscellaneous here. No? Yeah, okay. Albany. Where is Albany? Alright, well, we'll check that out here in a minute. The things I was going to show you before closing things out, first of all, was obviously the Abraxadine location. But I also wanted to show you this stuff down here. Okay, so upcoming videos. Still working on the Aquila City video. My progress on that has been unfortunately slowed this week, thanks to some additional issues with my car. I thought I finally had it done. It's been in the shop now 3 times in the past 2 weeks. So hopefully that'll be fixed soon. But yeah, that has definitely slowed things down. But okay, so you can see here, this is there are notes you'll find throughout the city talking about basically these engineering students who are trying to provide people with clean water. But as you can see here, the river itself is actually dry. So that was not going to work long term. So, and again, I don't know because I have not experienced all the lore here yet, but I'm assuming that the Abraxadine chemical is somehow responsible for the fact that they have no water here. Again, I don't know how exactly that would be the case. But yeah. Okay. Got a campsite. Looking for... Oh, there's a note. Shouldn't have left. Mom, I went out with some of the college kids. We wanted to help. We took some food and water. We ran into trouble when we got to Albany. We ran into some people on the roads. People that had guns. We told them we were here to help. And then they took everything. They shot Jerome dead. We tried to come back to town, but the soldiers wouldn't let us near. I know we weren't supposed to drink the water, but we were so thirsty. Now we're sick. Our hair is falling out. We've all got these sores, too. They itch and burn. Marge is having trouble speaking, and her nose is turning black. Oh, there are other people sick out here, too. We're sticking together, so the bandits can't take our food. Take the food we find. Really scared. I'm sorry I left. I love you, Janet. Some other things to note real quick, because we're not going to check them out this time. There's a little church down here. Basically, there's a sermon you can find there where the priest is saying, don't blame these people, even though they worked at the Braxstein plant. There's this Ash Cave location. This is actually, I think, one of the more interesting locations I've come across yet. Basically, what you have there is kind of like a raider version of the Brotherhood of Steel. You've got one engineering professor that oversaw the entire location. He basically got everything up and running, got them wind power, got them power armor, basically set them up with a bunch of chemicals in their blood to make it so that they could fight without fear. So it's like a weird combination of kind of the Blood Eagles and the Brotherhood of Steel. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, I haven't done any of the fishing in the game, but for the people who do, it's the location of a legendary fish, according to Prince Julius here, so keep that in mind. Let's go to the Super Duper Mart. I'm just going to go to this location real quick, and then we'll head down to Albany. The interesting thing about this Super Duper Mart is the fact that it seems to be more inspired by the Super Duper Mart in the Fallout TV show than any of the previous Super Duper Marts that we found in-game. Now, the ones I'm specifically referring to here are the ones in Fallout 3 and in Fallout 4. But you'll see here on the interior what I'm talking about. This place is infested with rad scorpions, if I remember correctly. Alright. So it's actually a fairly spacious location. There's a way in around the back over there too. But if we come in here, you'll see what I mean when I say that it reminds me more of the location in the Fallout TV show. First of all, note that there is a note within this safe. I've picked it up on this character, so I doubt it's going to be there again. There's also information on here. Basically, and we'll take a look at this real quick, because this is pretty interesting. Specifically, we'll look at, I think, new purchasing rules. Harley, we need to reduce costs across the board. Deliveries will be reduced from once every 2 days to once a week. Tell the staff to stop throwing out anything that's past its sell-by date that still looks good. Those dates are suggestions anyways. If it isn't rotten, sell it. Only reorder stock when we're down to the last box. If purchasing costs continue to rise, staff hours may need to be rethought up to and including layoffs. So yeah, food was not easy to come by, it seems. At the very least, it was becoming even more expensive, even difficult for the grocery stores to keep in stock if they also wanted to be able to pay their employees. Let's see. Okay. So. Yeah. Got multiple freezer cases here. Loaded with dead ghouls. Now, I am almost certain that we're going to find something. And again, I have not done any of the quests. I'm almost certain we're going to find something, or I'm going to. Some people may have already done it. A quest related to the ghoul, related specifically to this kind of thing. With the fact that, again, in the Fallout TV show, we saw freezer cases loaded with ghouls. So, anyway, I definitely wanted to point that out. Oh, the employees here. You need to do a photo mode picture of that ghoul for a challenge. Okay, let's see if we're oh, you're talking about one of the ghouls in the cases. Let me see if that's one of my current... take a picture in the Rust Kingdom. Let's see what we got here. Level up. Weekly, perhaps. Don't see anything there. Take a picture of the Rust Kingdom. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's something specific to you. Or maybe it's in Burning Springs. Yeah, that's probably it, right? Capture. Okay. Let's see. All at the ghouls chilling in the Super Duper Mart. Okay, thank you. Good point. Okay. So, yeah, we could even... Wait, is it photo mode or is it photos? Because I got both. Let's find out, actually, real quick. Because I am actually interested in whether or not that counted. Okay, photo mode, you say? Well, I'll check anyway. Yep. We'll do that real quick. I want to see, does it count that? Huh. Didn't in this case. Maybe ghouls. Maybe if there's more than one that you have to capture in the photo. Hey Goodman, hope you're having a good week. Good to see you, so to speak. Probably the other one. Let's see if that did it. Where are we going here? Sorry, hitting all the wrong buttons. Burning Springs. Nope, I got none of them. Oh well. Oh, it can't be completed in this mode. There you go. That's the problem. Okay, so let's just fast travel down to Albany real quick, just so we can see what the interior of one of these chemical caches is. Okay. You have not yet explored down here. Yeah. Much better for filming. Oop. Rat hogs versus rat scorpions. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I was hoping to jump over the building. Let's see if I can get... Yeah! That's interesting. What's this all about? Sunglasses. Oh, I think we're in a police station here. Okay. Let's check out this Abraxadine cache. Maybe in the ruin of this house. I can't remember if the other one we found at the dino place was beeping or not. Maybe in this house? Oh, I must have put on my helmet again. Oh, we got another note here. I'll come back for that. Let's see. Is that a comic there beneath the couch, or a magazine? Although I don't think I can even click on it. No. Yeah. Let's see. Still want to see what's inside it if I can. There's another case. Ah, here we go. Aluminum scrap, scrambled note, Abraxadine Intel 3, plan for a lead-lined Raider armor chest. Okay. And 3 Abraxadine Intel. Let's see what the scrambled note's all about. Hold up, first off. There we go. Okay, that didn't help. Oh. Okay. That is quite scrambled. I've been doing well. How about yourself? I hope you've been doing well. Yeah, no, I get it, being busy with a lot of personal stuff. I've had a lot of that going on this fall. Well, unfortunately, you've come in just right about at the very end here, so... So again, when I feel like I've cut up myself off here with what I've been trying to say here for the past few times. Gonna keep working on this Starfield lore video covering Aquila City, but along with that, I'm gonna start working on content for Burning Springs. I don't know what I'm gonna cover first. Basically, like, I mean, there's a bunch of topics here that I've come across so far that I'm definitely interested in learning more about. Obviously, I think the biggest one currently that I'm interested in is the Abraxadine stuff, but obviously there's going to be stuff related specifically to the Rust King down there in the Rust Kingdom. Whatever's going on with the ghoul here. I think in Highway Town is where the ghoul is. There's definitely a lot of interesting stuff here in the Ash Cave. Probably stuff to talk about there. I'm obviously going to make a lore video on Athens itself, just as I have about all the other municipalities that you can find in the game. I'll have to look into Albany too. I didn't even know that there were additional real world towns here. I'm assuming Albany's a real town. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I mean, there's bound to be an Albany in Ohio just because there's a lot of Albanys out there. But anyway, though, that's what you got to look forward to for the moment. I think we're about 2 weeks, a little under, I can't remember, until the launch of the second season of the Fallout TV show. Again, if you missed what I've said before on this, I'm going to cover that episode by episode as they release them, episode by episode, but I'm not going to cover them in as much depth as I did in the past, so that I can continue to put out normal videos. Oh yeah, somebody in the Discord pointed out that these two skeletons of deer used to be actual deer on the map. It's kind of funny to consider. I wish I'd gotten a screenshot of it, but they have one somewhere, so something to look at. These two deer skeletons used to be deer before the introduction of Burning Springs. So, but I think I'm going to cut things off there. I got some other stuff I got to do this evening. I hope you all have a good evening, a good weekend, and I will see you all next Friday. Hopefully much closer to releasing the Aquila City video. I don't know exactly how much longer that one's going to take, but we'll see. Good to see y'all. See you all next time.